The workshop in Gulu City was bridging the knowledge gap among women's organizations and tackling technical and financial hurdles to implement the protocol.
Was to raise awareness and knowledge about the protocol as an instrument for women's rights and advocate for it to become the instrument of choice when women's rights actors are designing programs, initiatives, interventions for protection of women's rights. It's an instrument that is holistic, speaking to rights across the spectrum of rights in economics, socially, culturally, politically. And it is something that as Uganda Women's Network, we hope that other organizations can start to advocate around, so that as a country we can strengthen protection for women's rights by bringing the aspirations of the protocol into our local laws, into our policies, but most importantly into the programs and interventions that we are running as state actors and as civil society.
An advocate and advisor at Youth Advocacy Network, Beatrice Masiatala, called for a Maputo Protocol's popularization, urging that reproductive health rights must empower women with choice while maintaining strict ethical guidelines.
The Maputo Protocol has to be popularized. It's a very great paper, and if it was enacted and somewhat put to be active in the courts, I think it would help many women whose rights are being oppressed.
As a nation, the government of Uganda ratified the Maputo Protocol in 2010, and that meant that Uganda is obliged. It means that Uganda is now obliged to act.
Regardless of Uganda ratifying the paper, there has been less action plans that have been happening by government to ensure that this protocol has been put in place.
However, a business lady, Ms. Tracy Akumo, voiced mixed feelings about Articles 14 that talked about abortion, urging for policies that balances maternal health with moral concerns.
If a lot of emphasis is put on on the dangers of abortion, first of all, because there are girls that actually do it by themselves, which is really bad. But if it's under health care and that doctor has recommended and you believe in your heart that it's what you want, like, I don't really have a say. Like, everyone has like their own aspect, but me as a person, I don't believe that abortion is something that is good.
Article 14 being met by criticism, most especially from the religious side. I feel like, according to me, sometimes some women experience health issues because of their pregnancies. Others end up losing their lives. And before disregarding that, there should be a talk on Article 14 of the Maputo Protocol, so that certain women can choose, because it's their bodies, they can choose what they want to do with the child. Sometimes they want to do abortion because they cannot maybe support the children. And instead of bringing a child into this world and making them suffer, I feel like they should be given time to think about what they want to do. And also, if it's legalized, of course, there should be laws that are put in place to ensure that the women don't misuse it.
As the Maputo Protocol continues to challenge norms and inspire change, women's rights advocates are calling for actions, fundings, and awareness to turn its promises to reality.
When it comes to the legal aspect, the laws that we get from out